Alright, previously on Inglorious Bastards. Having just made their way from Erebor, our heroes battled the dangers of the long marshes and of Mirkwood. There they encountered bats, spiders, and worst of all, an Avathari, the elves described as Mor Ulum. The woodman of the group, Raiken, rescued his brother from an ancient charm of this creature, and they traveled to Mountain Hall in the West Anduin Vales for a Yule celebration. They mustn't rest too long in the borderlands, for the Dark Wolf of Mordor now hunts them. Alright, so that about sums up everything. You guys are being hunted by Tarmanoth. And you are at Mountain Hall now. You just arrived. I have your horses on there, but I think your horses haven't been there for a long time.
They run away or something?
Yeah, when they got into Mirkwood, the spiders chased them away. So I guess I'll let's see if anybody. Sprig, see if you can still move Raiken around. I think you were controlling him last time.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, cool. So if you want to move his token around, maybe I'll RP him. So you guys just arrive at Mountain Hall. It's I think we said it was the 20th, and the Yule celebration started on the 21st. So it's literally when you wake up the next morning, it's the last day of the year. And I'm going to take you in for, we won't do sort of any arrival rules or anything like that. Let's just party tonight. And we'll take you right into Mountain Hall for an audience with Hartfast, the chieftain of the Woodmen. Everybody there with me?
Yep.
I believe so.
All right. Yeah, so the tokens are in the bottom left corner. And you guys arrive inside. I guess Ivoric would take you in. Probably Raiken is also leading the way. There's a stage to your right, and Hartfast is in the top right by the hearth. We come in. There's a lot of woodmen around. They're all mostly human. There are two freshly killed boars that are on the table, ready to be cooked, up sort of top left of your screen. There is a Yule log, which is waiting to be roasted on the hearth. And the people are just basically drinking and having a good time. And the festivities, let's say you stay there over the night, and the festivities are going to get started sort of mid-afternoon. It's you're kind of like getting right on the edge of the mountains. So it's sort of chilly. It's like basically middle of winter. So Hartfast would recognize you. He would stand and he would start clapping. And Heartguard, his son, and Gilavira, which is Ivoric's and Raiken's mother, they would run up and they would embrace the brothers, and we just welcome you home. So I don't know if anybody has anything they want to say or ask.
When's dinner gonna be ready? Starving.
Typical boar.
So he just welcomes everybody in and just says, you're obviously welcome for the feast. Will be the actual celebration of Yule will last 6 days, but the two main days are sort of the last day of the year and the first day of the year. And he says that they're going to be doing 2 days of games, and the events are archery, axe throwing, the melee, which is sort of it's like a Royal Rumble, and then dancing, drinking, and arm wrestling. So he holds up his hands and he says, "What say you? I know you must be tired from your travels, but will any of you partake in these events?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. Anglin would be interested in archery for sure.
Okay. All right, cool. How about axe throw? Oh, actually, who else for the archery? I would guess probably Raiken and is the Hobbit.
Yeah. That's what
I'm
I was
also
up for.
in for that.
Paradir is going to do it as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So for archery, you're allowed to use whatever bow you're comfortable with. I'll explain each event as we get to them. The axe throwing competition. I'm guessing Burren would be interested in that.
Yes.
And they could provide hand axes. So I'll explain how that works. He says the reward for the archery contest is that you'll be granted lands here in the Vales next to Mountain Hall. So you'd become a title owner, an owner of land. The axe throwing is going to be funny. The reward for the axe throwing competition is that the winner gets to pick among the losers to basically be a squire for you for a year.
Oh, yes. Tessero, bring me my pipe.
So I don't know who
that was what competition you said?
The axe throwing.
Okay.
Who else is interested in that?
Probably not Anglin.
After they said that, no way.
Yeah, I don't think he would have been before anyway, but...
All right. So for the melee is basically like a free-for-all. They provide wooden swords. And if all of you could... anybody that's going to participate in the melee or the drinking contest, I've added 2 macros. One of them is called sobriety check, and one of them is called wood sword damage. And I mean, you could basically roll like a d6 for this too, but just it'd be a nice quick thing to roll for you.
Where are they?
They're in the macros next to the settings gear in the upper right hand corner where you chat. It's next to it is collection, and then under macros you can just click off in bar.
Excellent. Roll 20.
Oh.
That's one of my bookmarks.
All right. So you'll basically get wooden swords. You can use your standard token actions just to subtract. You'll just have to manually subtract any magic damage or bonuses to hit. And then to do damage, you can just click the wooden sword damage. And what the recommendation is there for the melee is once people get bloodied, they're asked to leave the arena. I mean, after all, this is not an MMA competition. This is a Yule celebration, and it's if people get too banged up, they're basically ignored and basically like just pushed out. So we'll say if anybody gets to the bloodied state, then you'll have to leave that competition. Make sense?
Nice.
Okay. And for that competition, the reward is the title of Lord of the Vales and land.
The Vales. Where's the Vales?
The Vales is basically from Mirkwood to the Misty Mountains. There's different parts of the Vales. It's broken up into different sections. So you're in what's called the West Anduin Vales.
Okay.
But any of the Woodmen that you encounter, any of the Bjornings, would recognize the title Lord of the Vales.
Ooh.
Maybe not the Bjornings as much as the Woodmen, but
what was the archery prize again?
just land, no title.
Oh, where was the land?
Near Mountain Hall.
Okay.
So the only catch to the melee competition is that if you get the title Lord of the Vales, that you have to basically swear allegiance to Hartfast. Not necessarily to be like a slave, but to recognize him as king and to do his bidding if war were to come to the people, for example.
And we're level 5, right?
You should be, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And so the dancing event, you get the prize is like think of it as like homecoming king. You would be Yule king for the year.
Nice.
And basically be honored throughout the celebration. And the drinking prize is something called Hartfast Choice Ale. You get a whole barrel of Hartfast Choice. It's called. and the brothers would say, "Oh, that's good stuff. It's people know it from from south to north."
Hartfast ale for the best of times.
That's right. And I love that. Hartfast's son, Heartguard, is named after some medicine that I give my dog to protect against heartworm. Awesome. Okay, so we'll just. So I'm just going to take us over to the first event. I have a few various maps here. So here's. I just put some people out on the map, but we can certainly add more. So who's going to do the archery event?
Anglin is.
Tessero.
Faradir.
And Faradir. Okay, cool. So we'll bring.
Did we say Raiken was too, or?
Yeah, I'll do it for him.
Okay, so let's spread this out. Nice and even. So there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to make some more. All right. So it looks something like that. All right, so you guys go outside sort of midday. The sun's just like perfectly overhead. It's not getting in anybody's way in terms of archery and shooting at your target. And the way that it works is there's a short range target. So you could there's a short range, a medium range, and a long range target. And so you can enter any of these, right? So I'm guessing probably Tessero would not enter the long range. So the short range is 75 feet. Who's in that one?
What?
Do we only get to pick one?
No, you could pick more than one. Are you going to try to win all of them?
No, I'm just curious. What the other ones are?
So the short range is 75 feet, and just for the record, let me post this in. I'm going to post distances. And so the way that it works, obviously, is that you can shoot up to the minimum range, and you can shoot with disadvantage to the greater range. You can't shoot past that maximum distance. So the short range competition is 75 feet. The medium range competition is 150 feet. And the long range is 600 feet.
Alright, Tessero's probably going to do the short range.
Yeah, I would do short too.
So I guess I'll do.
So we can enter multiple ones?
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's do that. Give you multiple chances to win.
How long? How far away is the long range one again?
600 feet. Your bow can't.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
So I can technically do all
medium.
three.
Do the
Sorry.
medium range.
Who's doing medium?
Raiken.
Yeah, I guess Tessero will do the short and the medium.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do short and medium as well. He's a short bow, so it won't reach 600.
Medium was how far? You said 250.
150.
Okay, I could do that too. I'd have disadvantage, but.
Yeah. And then just who's doing long range?
I can do that one, but I can do all three. So.
Are you gonna do all three?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Cool.
How does would there be 3 winners if 3 different people won each one? Or?
There will. Yeah. So archery is something for these people that is prized highly. So they will have 3 different winners. And then, the short range people are valued for different things, right? Speed and accuracy, and great hunters, and sort of the long range people are it's kind of like a special skill that not everybody has. The sharpshooter type long range, like assassin type, I guess. So I have Tessero, Anglin, Raiken, and Faradir in the short range competition. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So we'll say that Marakar, the archer, is not going to enter. He's just going to do the long range. So we'll have let's just do the people that are out for short range be out there first. Okay, and the way it's going to work is the armor class is, we'll say armor class 15 for this target, and if you score a 20 or higher, it's a bullseye.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So let's go down the line. We'll start with Faradir.
Okay.
Hartfast says something like, "This is our most prized event. You know, good luck to the contestants." And he looks over at Marakar like, "You're gonna take this." Oh, so Faradir comes right out of the gate with a bullseye.
He's like the huge.
I gotta follow that up.
So Marakar just looks at Faradir like, "Oh my gosh."
Maybe he's not bad.
Yeah.
There's no disadvantage for being too close, is there?
No. Too close?
Yeah.
No, you're not too close.
Oh yeah, I was just asking generally, like if we're right next to a guy and we use a bow, is there a disadvantage or no?
Yes, if you're right on top of them, it's disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's point blank.
I think it's like 5 or 10 feet or melee range, maybe.
Well, but it's not because you're right next to them. It's because they have a sword and they're going to probably attack you or whatever, or punch you. Like you're using a ranged weapon in melee range. So, let's see. Burn, you just rolled for yourself. Does that affect anything?
No, I rolled for Raiken. I clicked on Raiken's token.
Okay, cool. So Raiken is he gets on the board, but he nothing like Faradir's shot.
Mm.
Okay.
All right, Tessero. So you're 17. You get a nice hit, a little better than Raiken. You're still in it. And Christian, bullseye, Anglin. All right, just to keep this going. I know this isn't how archery competitions work, but we'll take the 2 bullseye winners and we'll move them to the second round for this range.
He split Robin's arrow in twain.
All right, so Faradir, next shot.
Okay. Focus.
All right, so he gets it like maybe in the blue outside of the bullseye. All right, and Christian gets in the white somewhere maybe, or like hits
Shoot an old lady behind the target.
You hear it? Ah!
Anglin's like, oh my.
All right. So Faradir is the. We'll go quickly through these because there's a lot of events. So Faradir is the winner for the short range competition.
Woo.
All right. Medium range. Faradir, are you really going to do every event?
Yeah, why not?
All right. So let's bring Raiken and Tessero back out and Anglin. He's out there.
All right.
So who's going first? Faradir?
Yeah, we'll start off. Unless you think that's anticlimactic.
No, that's good.
All right. So Faradir from medium range. So they move the targets back to 150 feet, twice the distance what it was. Bullseye, Faradir.
Damn it.
So do sharp bows have a disadvantage at this range?
Yeah, I think we all have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 15. Okay, so you hit the white. That's right.
Wait,
Oh no,
I don't think Mark.
I'm using a great bow.
That's right. Okay.
We all do except for Marco.
That's right. Okay, so everybody else has disadvantage. All right. Raiken is embarrassing himself in front of his people. It's good thing Josh wasn't here.
He'd be doing the same thing, so.
Damn it.
Tessero misses.
Anglin's like, I believe I have a bit of performance anxiety.
What's funny is like Anglin was hanging in the first round, This time he missed so bad in the second round that he was like nervous. Goes straight up in the air and everybody sort of runs away.
Arrow roulette.
All right, so we have Faradir. That's winner of the medium range. All right, and the long range competition.
He's taking home all 3 trophies, I think.
Well, Marakar comes out here.
Yeah, so this is 600 feet, right?
This is 600 feet. Yep, I'll move Anglin back.
Oh boy.
All right, so he looks over to you and he blows you a kiss.
What?
I wink.
All right. Ooh.
21.
All right, so on the first shot, Faradir from 600 feet, bullseye. All right, let's see what he can do here.
It's like, yeah, can we get a challenge out here, please?
All right. So after blowing you the kiss, Marakar scored an 8. So it hits one of the other targets that they haven't moved back, and he says, "Oh, I was confused. I thought we were shooting at these targets." And he kind of just turns around and walks off. So Faradir, you managed to take home all 3 trophies. So you get lots of land near Mountain Hall.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right, so we'll keep the same map, and we'll do the axe throwing competition.
Let's do it.
Alright, I'm stepping out for this one.
Anglin's like, I need to work on my bow skills.
So
He's like over like messing with the string on his bow. Like,
so a couple of other people come out, and then Hartfast reminds everybody what the stakes are, and a couple of people go back and sit down. The whole squire thing for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
So Grimold. Oh, let me show you what these guys look like. I went to the trouble of preparing the token, so I might as well show you here. So Grimold, the Axe Master. So that's this guy.
You want that guy to be your squire?
Here's the king's
that he would
son.
be a very agreeable squire.
That's the king's son.
Hmm.
Let's see. So this is what Raiken's mother looks like. Heartguard. I showed you Heartguard. So let me show you
Marika?
Marakar. He blew you a kiss. You can believe that. So
Yeah.
this was a guy that was in the main hall when you first got there.
The large.
Yes, that is who I would want, man.
I think he has like knockers on his nipples, like door knockers. And let's see, where is Hartfast? Here's the chieftain. And apparently this is exactly what he looks like in Lord of the Rings Online.
Wow.
Okay. All right. So Grimold is out there with Burn, and he says, "Go ahead, my friend, go first." So Burn, I guess I just I don't. Do you have a hand axe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and do your thing.
Let me pull up my sheet. Hold on, make sure this one.
No token actions.
Not yet.
All right. So you score a 9. We'll say that since there's only 2 contestants, we'll do best of 3 here.
Okay.
So I'll let you use inspiration if you want to. A dwarf would probably.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
All right. So you're a little. This guy does the same sort of thing. Maybe he blows you a kiss too, and you're a little taken off guard, and you start to rage, and you sort of tap into that rage as you toss your axe, and you get a bullseye. All right, let's see here. All right, So this guy gets a 19. So he gets in the blue, I guess. So just not quite as good as you. So that's red for you, blue for him. Okay, next round. All right.
She used inspiration there. Blew the target into pieces.
Yeah, they just explode. Straw goes everywhere. All right, so you hit like the white, we'll say. All right, and he laughs. He says, "I hope you enjoy being my squire, boy." And he throws and
Over the target.
what's that?
Over the target.
He hits blue again.
Oh, snap.
All right, so if we're doing this by points, we'll say the middle's 3, blue is 2, white's 1. Was tied right now, right?
Right.
Or is he up 1? No, it's tied.
Yeah.
It's tied.
Tied. Okay. All right, it's a moment of truth.
Oh, thank
Oh, bullseye! All right, and this guy.
Fetch me an ale, son.
All right, so this guy gets a 19 on his last roll. When you get the bullseye, he looks a little nervous and his hands are shaking a little bit, and he just slightly gets off the mark, and he just hangs his head. And he's still he's like a woodman, but he has that sort of crazy slayer look that you have. And so he comes over to you and he embraces your hand. He says, "Master Dwarf, I've been bested by another axe master, and I would be glad to tag along with you for the rest of your adventures."
Great. Now go grab me an ale.
Yes.
All right, he wanders off.
Don't wander too far, bitch.
So Burin is going to have a I don't know if we can call him a minion from 4th edition.
Minion. Nice.
I call him Lil Red.
All right, so we have, let's see. All right, so Burin was the winner of that. I'm just writing them down. All right.
You give him a nickname.
Little Red. Little Red, just like our freshman, Christian.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
We'll say so at the after party, people have started calling you the Axe Master instead of Grimold. So I'm gonna actually take the title off of him, and people at least around here refer to you as the Axe Master now, Burin.
Nice.
All right,
Can you change his name to Little Red Grimold?
Little Red, yeah, the small.